Welcome to Stocks to Watch, a platform to help you make informed and intelligent investment decisions. I am Munir Barazi, your business analyst and host. And today I have the pleasure of speaking with Brandon Johnson, the COO of TerraZero, a subsidiary of BIGG Digital Assets. TerraZero is at the forefront of the Metaverse revolution, providing innovative solutions and experiences that enhance digital engagement and create new opportunities in the virtual world. The parent company, BIGG Digital Assets, is listed on the Canadian Securities Exchange as BIGG, BIGG, on the OTCQX as BBKCF, and on the Frankfurt Stock Exchange as A2PS9W. Brandon, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. Pleasure to be here.
Absolutely. So let's talk about the big news. You recently started working with Qeleo, an AI company. Tell us more about Qeleo and why they're now a part of TerraZero's journey.
Sure. So, this is a very finance-minded audience. So simply put, we're looking to be more scalable and create more revenue streams. Qeleo builds AI solutions for enterprise, and now they're building tools around our scalable Intraverse development pipeline so we can grow faster and expand faster.
Yeah, there's clear synergy here. And what is TerraZero's doing with Qeleo to bring machine learning and AI into the Intraverse development pipeline?
Yeah, so as you know, and we've had many different videos about this across your entire YouTube channel with TerraZero and other big digital assets companies. We build virtual experiences and immersive 3D environments for creators, artists, brands, and enterprise. And now Qeleo is building AI tools for 3D model generation, texture generation, format conversion, full custom build development, and room design. And that's going to help grow our platform tremendously as we build out these AI tools. So one other important thing I want to call out about that, however, is that Qeleo is special in that they're doing these things and they're building these tools in our style, which is really important. Anything can be pumped out by an AI model, but we have very high design standards and specifications. And in my opinion, we have pretty outstanding creative leadership. The difference between just what can be made and a more refined version of what can be made is what we need to replicate at TerraZero for our Intraverse tech stack.
Yeah, that's a great compatibility there. And at this point, the question about AI is unavoidable, really. So what are your thoughts about AI in general? Everyone seems to be pretty divided.
Yeah. I smile because that's a great question and kind of the core of this conversation, right? Which is AI a terrifying evil? And I think the answer is another question, which is who holds the power? I think what we've seen is AI needs to be taught things. So the power is still in the person's hand. The joke was always smartphones are pretty stupid, right? And I think if AI was called smart search, looking at a lot of the follies we've seen online over the past number of months, we'd be joking, smart search is pretty stupid. So that's why we work with Qeleo, because their team is pretty sharp. And like I've said, we have some pretty phenomenal creative and design and studio talent. So if I'm not matching that talent with objectively great AI developers, I'm not doing my job. And then there's the second part of that conversation, which is this creative takeover? Are people's duties shifting and things like that? And the answer, I think, is still no. Our style, our design principles, and what we're teaching is what's important. And in achieving a lot of these tools with Qeleo and what they can do with AI, especially for things that are scalable for our scalable Intraverse tech stack that we're taking to market, we're empowering our artists to then focus on more unique, bespoke, custom builds where they have more creative freedom. I want AI to launch TerraZero and our Intraverse tech stack forward. I don't want AI to alter our processes. I want them to push them ahead.
Yeah, I really like how you framed this, and it's very important for us people to take a leadership role in all of this development, and let our creativity really shine through all of that. And this way, AI becomes an enabling tool, exactly as you mentioned. So let's go back to your cooperation with Qeleo. How do you see your relationship with them evolving? How will AI help power the Intraverse and the future of a more immersive internet?
Yeah, so in the future, I see this being that big leap forward on both sides. We have designers, artists, creatives, and there are lots of these tools that are going to help us build, design, and do what we do. On the other side, we're going to have users that we want to be able to use these tools as well. In the future, as we continue to hit our milestones, I want users to be able to build their own virtual spaces just like we do now, allowing us to focus on even greater creative missions. You know, I want us to go from personalization to customization to full-on creation. A user needs to be able to say, you know, I want this here. Think of your apartment the way you would do interior design. I want users to be able to say, I want this piece of furniture here. I want it to look like this. I want to mirror this kind of design. We want to do that for your favorite, you know, interior furniture or efficacies of your imagination, or your full-on design aesthetic for your room, your space, the world, the era you want to live in, how modern you want things to look. Your personal design taste needs to be reflected within your virtual life. You know, think, and then even further beyond that, think of how those self-serve tools, the personalization, the customization, users being able to create their spaces, think of how that could apply in terms of scalability and revenue generation to user-generated content, let alone a marketplace that could be wrapped around that user-generated content. So we see a very bright future, both for our developers and for users of our platform.
I can only imagine the possibilities once people are able to do that and create their own environments in a way. My last question is about the financial aspect of thing. You mentioned that the audience here is more focused on the financials, among many other aspects, of course. But what are the economic implications and revenue generation potential of AI for TerraZero?
Yeah, I mean, I think we've called a lot of those out naturally throughout this segment here, and you know, there are many other videos with TerraZero, with myself and others from Netcoins and Blockchain Intelligence Group that speak to these kinds of things. You know, we want this to be an increase in development speed. We want this to be, we also want to have more effective development across everything we do. We want faster scalability across multiple markets, and we want to generate more revenue streams for what users can be able to do across our platform and in all the virtual experiences that they go into, which we've called out. So I think it's a mix of operational costs and productivity alongside new revenue streams for new things that users can do in new ways that they haven't been able to do before. That's what we're making real, and that's the vision of what Intraverse will take to market, built by TerraZero, and all part of the BIGG Digital Assets mission.
Very exciting, and you're certainly moving on the right path. Brandon Johnson, the COO of TerraZero, thank you so much for joining us today and sharing all of those updates, very exciting updates. We're looking forward to hearing more from TerraZero very soon.
Excellent. Well, thank you. Happy to be here, and I'm sure we'll talk soon.